All right, so today we're talking about writing and graphing inequalities. So we talked a little bit in the last video. We have less than and greater than, and we use an open circle on our number line to denote the symbols. We also have less than or equal to and greater than or equal to, and we use a closed circle to denote that. Okay, now we also remember we talked about that more than one number can be a solution to an inequality, so we have to do some shading on our number line. So if it's less than, we're going to shade left of the number. If it is greater than, we're going to shade to the right of the number. Now note, this only works if our variable is on the left side of our inequality. Okay, and we'll talk a little bit more about what to do if it's not. All right, so looking at this first one, I've got x is greater than a -1. Okay, am I going to have an open or a closed circle? I'm going to have an open. And am I going to shade to the left or to the right? Well, x is greater than, so I'm going to shade to the right side. Okay? All right, now I've got -4 less than or equal to x. So remember we talked about telling which way to shade is only dependent upon if x is on the left side. So I need to flip-flop this because order does matter. So I'm going to flip-flop this, okay, so that I've got x is greater than. So if I have to flip-flop sides of the inequality, make sure I flip-flop the inequality itself. Okay? So open or closed circle? Closed. And I am shading to the left or to the right. Okay, I'm shading to the right. Okay, let's look at the next one. I've got x less than 1. It's going to be an open circle shaded to the left. All right, last one, I've got 5 greater than or equal to x. So I am going to have to flip-flop. So which means I get x is less than or equal to 5. So open or closed circle. And am I shading to the left or to the right? To the left. Okay. All right, so let's talk about when we are given the graph. Okay, so we're going to write the inequality from the given graph. So first thing I'm going to look at, is my circle open or is it closed? Okay, in this case it's open, so I know it either has to be less than or it has to be greater than. So then I need to look at which direction is my arrow facing. Is it facing to the left or to the right? Okay, in this case it's going left, so it is less than. So we're going to get x less than, what is my dot at? 2. So x is less than 2. Sorry. All right, let's look at the next one. Open or closed circle. It is closed, so we've got less than or equal to or greater than or equal to as our options. Shaded to the right or to the left. It's to the right, so that tells me it's greater than. So we're going to get x is greater than or equal to, and where's my dot at? 0. So our inequality is x greater than or equal to equal to 0. Okay. Open or closed circle? Closed. So we're going to do x is either less than or greater than. So it is shaded to the right, so that tells me it is greater than. And we are at -3. Okay, final one. Open or closed circle? It's open, so then we are shading to the left or to the right. So since it's to the left, we know that it's less than. We're open circle, so we're not equal to. And our point is at -1. So x is less than -1. Okay. All right, so we're going to write the inequality for this sentence here. The minimum wage in California was $13 per hour in 2020. So we want to look for some keywords here to tell us what inequality we are using. And we talked about these a little bit in the last video. So minimum tells me that is the smallest amount it can be. Okay, so that tells me that, and we're going to use W for wage. That tells me that that is the smallest, or sorry, that minimum, that 13 is the smallest that it can be. So minimum tells me that it's going to be greater than or equal to, so whatever our wage is, right? Is got to be greater than or equal to 13. Okay, let's look at the next one. So I've got no more than 72 students can ride on the bus. Okay, no more than is our key phrase there. Okay, no more than tells me that that is the max number I can have. So 72 is the number of students I can have on the bus, and that is the max number I can have. So it is going to be equal to, means nothing can be bigger than that. So S is less than or equal to 72, because I can't have any more than 72 on the bus. All right. You need to get at least a 4.0 GPA to be valedictorian. So at least, right? That's the smallest amount I need to get. Could be more, but that is the smallest amount. So that means it's a greater than. So G, just for GPA, has to be greater than 4.0. And finally, maximum speed limit is 65. Well, we know maximum, okay, that's the largest amount speed limit you can go in this area that this person is driving. So that means we'll do S for speed limit. That means you can go less than the speed limit, but not to the speed limit, or not past the speed limit. So it is going to be less than or equal to. All right, that is all I have for this video. We'll see you in the next.